All right, Patriots, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets. Today, we're going to dive into a big story developing right now in the gun rights community. The Second Amendment Sanctuary Movement 2.0, it's being called by my friends, and it's gaining fresh momentum in Virginia, who needs it bad, and a specific local victory that just hit the headlines and you might not know about it. So if you're a defender of the Second Amendment or you just love it in general, you're going to want to stick by and watch this one from start to finish. Before I start, I want to thank CMMG for sponsoring this channel. Sorry, I got something on my screen. I didn't hit Do Not Disturb, but check them out, guys. They make great stuff. I've been telling you for years. Check out their quieting tubes, especially the new raw versions, which are an FDE kind of color that I love, and I know they're watching this. I love them. They started about $5.50, and it's great. So check them out, CMMG. Now, we all know the Second Amendment sanctuary movement isn't new. It started back in like 19 and 20, and hundreds of localities in Virginia declared themselves sanctuaries in response to proposed statewide gun control measures. And by early 2020, about 95% of counties and towns in the Commonwealth of Virginia had adopted some form of sanctuary resolution. Some were different than others, but it sent a shock wave through Richmond and beyond. We'll fast forward to today, 2026. The political winds in Virginia have shifted dramatically, and the state government is now in Democrat control, with majorities in both legislative chambers and a focus on expanding gun laws. And their new governor is crazy. And the fact that this is going on has spurred renewed activism among gun owners and elected officials within the state who see this as a fight for our constitutional rights, plain and simple. And that's the backdrop for what we're calling the Second Amendment Sanctuary Movement 2.0 in some arenas, and I'm just going to adopt that. It's a resurgence of local resistance, a symbolic measure that is strategic. That's what our founders would do. And before we get into the latest, let's make sure we understand why the sanctuary status is big and what it actually means. A Second Amendment sanctuary isn't a secession, it isn't a separate legal system, and it doesn't magically overwrite state law. But what it does mean is that a city, county, or town officially pledges not to devote its own resources, its own money, not to devote its own local police, its own law enforcement, to enforcing state gun control laws that they see as unconstitutional. And in the eyes of these sanctuaries, if a state passes gun control laws that infringe on our right, the rights of law-abiding gun owners, local law enforcement won't be an active partner in enforcing those measures, at least not in the locality's resources, meaning the state police can still do that, but they don't have enough people. And that is a direct grassroots resistance driven by the citizens, the city councils, and the board of supervisors saying, we stand with the Constitution. Now let's get to what's happening today. Pro-gun activists in Virginia are calling this the Second Amendment Sanctuary Movement 2.0, a new wave of sanctuary proclamations and reaffirmations designed to send a message to state lawmakers that local governments and gun owners are not going to quietly accept sweeping gun control legislation. Now, this fresh wave is not just a repeat of what happened in 2020, it's strategic. Number one, it's going to reaffirm existing sanctuary statuses in communities that adopted them some years ago. Number two, it's encouraging new resolutions in towns and cities and counties that had not previously taken a stand. And three, it's building public pressure to slow and or stop gun control bills in the General Assembly. Remember, it's always easier to stop a bill before it becomes a law than to fight in court for years. And this push isn't confined to rural counties anymore. We're seeing it in urban areas as well as suburban areas. So here's today's headline that everybody in the Second Amendment community should know about. Windsor Town Council, Virginia. The Town Council just unanimously voted 6-0 to adopt Second Amendment and sanctuary resolutions a couple days ago. I'm a couple days late because I'm on a trip. I'm on a location with the Attorneys on Retainers conference, but it's big. And Vice Mayor David Adams introduced the resolution, and here's what he said. He said, quote, "I am an unapologetic Second Amendment absolutist, reassuring the town residents that our infinite resources will not be utilized to enforce unconstitutional firearm restrictions," end quote. And that's key. That's key language. Not just standing with gun owners on principle like some politicians do, but pledging in black and white into local ordinances. Now, Windsor isn't a giant city. It's a very small town in southeast Virginia, but That unanimous voice matters for several reasons. It's a clear signal that local officials are listening to their constituents, not just political pressure from Richmond, Virginia. And it extends sanctuary protections into more jurisdictions in a state where gun rights are increasingly under attack. And it sets precedent other towns and small cities can now follow. And this is how movements scale from grassroots, which is what we are doing right here, getting out information, grassroots. So some critics, including some in the state's Attorney General office, have said that sanctuary resolutions have no legal effect. And that's true in a strict judicial sense, but let's be real. Politics is not decided in courts alone. When dozens or hundreds of local governments formally declare that their citizens want to protect their rights, it does three things. Number one, it signals to state politicians that they represent a broader base than just the Capitol. Two, it mobilizes gun owners to stay politically engaged, not passive. And three, it creates a narrative that the Second Amendment community is not retreating, we're advancing. It's not symbolic resistance, it's strategic pressure. It's time to get involved, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, in places like Lynchburg, councils have already reaffirmed their sanctuary status in response to these new legislative threats, showing that this is not a one-and-done deal. Now let's pull back a little and look at the bigger picture here. Virginia's political landscape changed significantly after the recent elections here. Democrats now control the governor's office, she's a wacko. I mean, she wore a bag over her head with a respirator during COVID. That says enough. They also own the chambers in the legislature. And gun control bills have been rushing through Richmond, creating a sense of urgency among pro-gun citizens and officials. And it should, because they're going to pass everything they can. And that's fueled this movement to recommit, not just to declare sanctuaries, but to strengthen them. And some are doing reaffirmations while others are starting fresh. It's good to see. It's a direct reaction to what locals view as overreach, not an isolated protest, but a coordinated strategy across the Commonwealth. Whether we're talking about new restrictions or new resolutions rather, or reaffirmations, each vote tells state lawmakers loud and clear, we're not backing down when our rights are at stake, and we're not going to help you infringe. So the big question for you at home is this: what comes next? If you are a Virginia gun owner or a gun owner in any other state watching this, here's what you need to look for. Number one, towns and counties pushing sanctuary resolutions this spring and early summer. It's going to continue. You also look for local leaders using these votes to influence state legislative sessions. And also, three, look for grassroots groups like Virginia Citizens Defense League, the VCDL. I'm a member. I love them. And they're organizing residents all around the state on these issues. They need help. And then there's new political energy in communities that haven't even engaged before, and they're starting to get involved. And this isn't like a passive chapter. It's a live political battlefield. And unlike 2020, where the focus was first declarations, 2026 is about pushing the momentum forward. All right, Patriots, that's your deep dive into the Second Amendment Sanctuary Movement 2.0 and what happened in Windsor, Virginia to add to that victory. And it just shows how powerful the grassroots activism can be. So it's on us to spread it. Spread this video. If you're fired up about defending our rights, share it. Leave a comment down below and let your local officials know that you want them on the right side of history. Stay safe, stay armed, stay free, and stay armed with the facts. Guys and gals, I'll keep bringing it to you as long as you keep watching. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for allowing me to bring you the news on a regular basis. It's really a passion of mine, and I'm glad that you share the passion for a free America. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Check out CMMG. Rock on. Take care.